Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I would like to go over a synopsis of what we're going to be covering and what we're going to be expecting going forward here. As we can see, XRP's at that psychological level of 50 cents. Do I think it's going to hold it? Not particularly. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin heat map, and we can see very clearly when we go into it that Bitcoin has a liquidation of over 1.2 billion at the 63,500 level. I will show you the concrete evidence of that liquidation zone in a very simplistic way to where you will be able to understand. We will go over not only the XRP technical analysis on this early Sunday morning as our clocks flip back overnight, so it's only 8:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yesterday it would be 9:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so this is my favorite time of the year. As you can see, we've got the winter wonderland behind us, and I'm very happy that we'll be at this time of the year right now. But we're going to go over the charts of Bitcoin. We'll go over the route down to 64K or 63 and see exactly why we should be going down there. To me, when you have 1.1 plus billion in liquidations down there and futures contracts, you got to go down there and get it. We'll take a look at XRP, as I believe we're trending downward towards, and we're coming up to the first couple targets, but that giant bear flag leads us down to about 42 cents to retest the 2020 uptrend. This pattern was started on the 2018 all-time highs. It took us 27 months to get to a swing low in March of 2020. So then we've been playing on that uptrend ever since. And we have a support structure at 47.7 cents roughly, which is that 2018 resistance that is now acting as a support the last month and a half. So you would have to give that back, which we might not. That could be the ultimate backtrack for XRP as Bitcoin finds its way down near 63,500. I'm looking for the ultimate targets on both, and then I can give you the short in between with XRP because it does have a little bit more support in between. So we'll go over that. We'll go over what Brad Garlinghouse basically said about, or not Brad Garlinghouse, we're going to read about the key dates in the lawsuit to watch for. I decided not to do that other story. I want to go over the liquidation heat map, and we'll put it into the 1 month so we can see that 1.1 billion in liquidations below us. We'll go over the long and short statistics for XRP, where the open interest is, the funding rates, and then the liquidation zones. But this right here, we'll go through the time frame as well here after we get through the charts, and this will tell us the percentages of how many people along the short and yada yada yada, so we can see a concrete direction that we think we're going to go. So please make sure to hit that like button on this Sunday morning, as we can see XRP's down below 50 cents. If you appreciate the fact that I keep you out ahead, please hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this update. By you hitting the like button, it'll be through the YouTube recommendations, and that will allow my content to be passed through YouTube. And it really does help, because when you're part of the news feed, somebody doesn't even have to be subscribed to my channel, and it'll pop up. Yesterday, everybody did a fantastic job. I felt like it was a fantastic last 2 days that we've knocked it out of the park with our new approach here to doing the updates and lives. And our video yesterday showed at almost 1,500 views. So I cannot thank all of you enough for taking the time, hitting the like button, and most of all, giving my content a chance. So good morning. 8:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, November 3rd, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So with XRP right now, down 1.96%, sitting right about that 50 cent psychological level. To me, it feels like we're going to come through here. I can show you the charts that I believe have the biggest impact. Right now, this suggests they move down. This would be, and let's go to this overall. This is the overwhelming formation that we've created. And many can say that this has been nothing more than a rising channel, which we have on another one. But this fills it in completely. So we could come down to 40.48 cents on this setup, or we could come down to 33.6. But I don't want everybody to too much focus in on the tether, on the perpetual futures. I want more of you to focus in on the cup and handle here, which we know we're falling out of the rising channel that we talked about. So this is the chart where I have it all. We have the cup and handle. That could bring us down to 41.5 on the handle. And the reason why I think that that is appropriate, and it could happen, is because if we go up to this chart, and we would have to break that 47.7 cents first, remember that. 47.7, but the technical drop point right now is coming right down there. We broke this consolidation we were in yesterday, which we expected. And now the technical drop down, if we can't break back up, is that 47.7 approximately. And that's a retest of the 2018 resistance as support. But as we can also see, falling out of the bear flag above, we must have all evidence. This is a bear flag, consolidation into a rising channel, which is bearish. Fell off into this bearish consolidation, in my opinion. And with this happening, you measure the base of, or you measure the bear flag, you measure the break point on that rising channel, and then it gives you a technical target. And we can't make that up. We can't make it up that it measures right to the 2020 uptrend at 42 cents. I'm looking for consistency here. And when the charts are giving me something, I take it. Now, it also suggests that there is a chance that we could stop here at the 47.7 if this could hold after the short-term drop. And then we could use it as some kind of weird, maybe W reversal out of here. But the odds of that happening right now, unless we get a big spike of volume or some kind of catalyst, it's not great. But the good news is we're going to have a catalyst on Tuesday, at least in some form, whether bullish or bearish, when we have the presidential election in the U.S. So there will be some catalyst, so to say, and it's going to be very tricky on the future side. It's going to be very tricky in all markets. But everything I'm seeing is suggesting a down tug. And the fact that Bitcoin has such a strong liquidity zone, down at, I mean, over 1.1, it's like 1.2 plus billion. Down at, I believe it's 63,500. We'll take a look at that very shortly here. So that's the XRP technical analysis. I think that's a good interpretation for everybody to see and for you to make your own informed decision. What we do here, we're not the victim here. There's too much hate in the world, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it. So we do something different here from a standpoint of love. So we are positivity over negativity. We are not the victim here. We never have been. We never will be. We are the winners. So being the winner, you have to have all the information from a charting and news perspective alike so you can make an educated and informed decision. By sharing the power of love instead of hate, we can unify a community and we can share amongst each other and not be afraid to talk amongst ourselves. The light is always, it always outshines the darkness, and the darkness is always diminished by the light. So we can do a great job here in bringing us all together instead of dividing, and that's what we need right now. In a time of hate, we can be something much better. So with Bitcoin, we can see we're back testing right now. The 67,821, and yeah, it would seem like this is a bullish back test, right? We have a cup and handle. We have the megaphone. We're back testing the megaphone, which is that handle consolidation, which is very bullish. And it looks like we're back testing. My only issue here, it's not saying that we're going to bust this 100% to 47,000 or 46,540. My issue here is as much as I would like to say we're back testing and here's where you go long, I can't say that. I can't say it. And if I did, I'd be lying where I'm standing. And I'm not going to lie to my audience just so that you might buy something or you might donate thinking it's bullish or you might join my channel because you like that we're going to bounce out. It's not that it's not bullish because we're back testing a megaphone pattern breakout. We came down from 73,697, right like you should, down to that 67,857 or 821. The problem I'm having is when we take a look at the Bitcoin heat liquidation map, and some of you might not put any stock into it, but I do because I know how the futures market works, and I know that they don't keep open liquidation before they make moves. So if you look at the heat liquidation map, if you go all the way above us, if they go up, like we were talking yesterday, there's some liquidation, but you're talking 300, 400, 500 million in certain areas. Your biggest spot here looks to be somewhere around that 73,700, but remember, we had right here $1 billion in liquidation at 70,000 roughly. They took that entire liquidity zone. They built some here from people going short, but that's minimalist. Look right here. If you go down here, and this is where we have to be honest with ourselves. If we come down here, and let's just go to there, 64,500 is 1.12 billion in liquidation. I mean, look how high it goes as you come down here. That's a huge, so if you're going to tell me, Tom, where do you think the liquidation zone's coming? 64,500. I think we're coming towards 60, well, you can even say 64. But that 64,500 liquidity zone is huge. It's massive. That is a massive liquidity zone. So if you're asking me, based on the evidence I have in front of me, It looks like we need to go down there to 64,450 and tap that liquidity down there. If you look at it today now, that's increased from 1.05. Now look at 64,650, 1.2 billion today in liquidations down there. That's from 7 a.m. this morning. So that's an hour ago, hour and a half. That's a lot of liquidations down there for Bitcoin. So we better be paying attention to all of the evidence in front of us instead of just saying, oh, we have hopium. I don't play with hopium. And in fact, as you've noticed, I've added a lot of tools to my disposal here this is the third day now. You're going to get nothing but a huge amount of information so that you can make the informed decision. I want to talk about the key dates real quick. And then we're going to go into the Ripple, where we can see the liquidation zone so that we can see where XRP is most likely to go. We've seen the charts. We don't really have anything strong in the news perspective, as we know because of yesterday or 2 days ago. The lawsuit against Ripple, we know that it's a facade. They can't change that it's a security. Remember, the law of the land now is XRP is not a security. The only thing that they're going after in this appeal is trying to get more money out of this, the actual 125 million or whatever it ended up being against Brad Garlinghouse and all of them. They're trying to get more. The SEC. That's it. They can't change the actual setting from the judge, the actual decision that XRP is not a security. So don't be fooled. So Ripple SEC lawsuit, key dates to watch. In December, well, we don't need to go through all that. So July last year, U.S. District Judge Annalisa Therese ruled that XRP is not in and of itself a security, a decision hailed as a significant victory for the industry. The SEC, led by Chairman Gary Gensler, has filed several major cases against cryptocurrency exchanges and issuers alleging them to be offering unregistered securities. On August 7, 2024, Judge Therese issued a remedies order asking Ripple to pay $125 million for unregistered XRP sales to sophisticated third-party institutions. The figure is much lower than the SEC's request of a staggering $2 billion in fines and penalties. There were no findings or charges of fraud or recklessness against Ripple or any evidence that anyone suffered financial harm. Judge Therese imposed an injunction prohibiting Ripple from further violating securities laws. However, she refused the SEC's request that Ripple disgorge gains from its sales. The regulator sought over $876 million in disgorgement, over $198 million in interest, and a $876 million civil penalty. Ripple claimed it should not have to pay more than $10 million. That's also not true. That was only for one part of the claim, which is also often falsely reported, which doesn't even matter now. On October 2nd, the SEC announced its intention to appeal the court's decision that certain prior XRP distributions by Ripple were securities. The SEC's appeal does not address whether XRP is a security in and of itself. The court found in Ripple's favor that XRP is not a security, and the SEC will not appeal that ruling. Just understand what that means. On October 24th, Ripple submitted its Form C outlining the issues it intends to bring in its cross appeal. Given that the parties are challenging the court's judgment, Ripple placed the $125 million set aside for remedies in an escrow account. On October 31st, the Second Circuit Court of Appeals issued an order requiring the SEC's brief to be filed on or before January 15, 2025, which is where I come up with my date of January 15, 2025, and that the lawsuit's been pushed into 25. Given this, the appeal and cross-appeal briefing could occur in the first half of 2025, followed by an argument before the appellate court, most likely in the fall of 2025. And a final decision from the court, Ripple mentioned this in its most recent Q3 2024 XRP market reports. And we read that yesterday, so that's what I wanted to read there. So January 15th is the key date to watch next, as we already know, but I wanted to give a little background for anybody who didn't know. And now we'll take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. As a couple days ago, we hit extreme greed, and you never want to be buying in greed. I'm just saying. Just where we're at, greed is never typically good. And look what's happening here. Let's make sure we refresh this to make sure that it's in the most current of times. So right now in the 5-minute and the 30-minute, we've got 2.6 to 1 ratio on longs to shorts, which is 72.2% to 28.8% shorts. In the 1 hourly, we have 2.61 to 1 on longs versus shorts, over 72% to just over 27.6% on shorts. In the 4 hourly, we have 2.6 to 1, 72.21% are going long, and 27.79% are going short. And then in the daily, 2.59 to 1 going long to short, 72.11% going long, and 27.89% are going short on futures right now. That doesn't seem to be in the right section, but you know, the majority is always wrong, so it makes sense. Liquidations right now, in the last 24 hours, we've had 1.7 million in liquidations. 1.7 million are long liquidations. 31.5, so 31,500 is from shorts. So like I said yesterday, the longs, the majority is never right. It can't work that way. And we're on an analytics-based system. And look how low the volume is today. So on open interest. So XRP open interest today, 531 million, down 1.2% in the last 24 hours. Futures is up 0.55%, however. And then we've got Bybit has 254 million. We've got Binance 208, OKX 49.4, BitMEX 7.1 million, Kraken 4.4, Huobi 3.9, BitFinex 3.3, and WooX 616,000. We've got the funding rate, which that's, if you want to pay attention to that, currently it's up. So you have a positive funding rate. You want negative funding rates, then you're not being charged as much to open the position on futures. But the funding rate's up just a little bit on most exchanges. And then the crypto fear and greed index right now is at, let's see, I think it went up a little bit from yesterday somehow. The crypto fear and greed index, we are at 74 right now. So we are just 1 point or 2 points off of extreme greed. This is not the time to get greedy. These are the times where, as I've been saying, you get the money to the side and you set up for the next drop point. You set up for when we do Winning Wednesdays, FOMO Fridays, and Motivated Mondays. You set up with me and you go to my YouTube page, you go to the search bar, and you go XRP Future Millionaire and get to my homepage. You click on my logo, and then you see here BITUNIX. If you click on BITUNIX, it shows you BITUNIX and HOTCOIN. If you want to do Motivated Mondays, Winning Wednesdays, and FOMO Fridays, along with what seems to be the emerging, because the audience likes the name Technical Tuesdays because it fits what I do. So if you want to join Motivated Mondays, Technical Tuesdays, Winning Wednesdays, FOMO Fridays, and I'm sure Thursday we'll figure something out. Thirsty Thursdays, something. But anyhow, if you want to join that, on BITUNIX, we're buying IOTA, IOTX, Algo, and they also have XRP worldwide, including everywhere in the USA. They have a great futures exchange, which I have copy trading on there. I haven't made a trade yet. I'm letting everybody get situated, and we're going to find the right moment to strike when this RSI gets sold to shit. And I'm looking to buy the return rally back up. So you have plenty of time to join if you'd like to join me in copy trading. And if you're there, take advantage of the leverage trading and learn it. Learn it. I'm giving you an opportunity to follow me in the time to come, but you have to take advantage of it yourself as well. You're going to have to take control of your own trading, and then make sure not just on BITUNIX you're signing up through the link and then establishing the copy trade if you want, but being there for, our buying when we do buy Algo, IOTA, IOTX, XRP. If it does come down sub 4, you will buy more. But also on HOTCOIN, we have VELO, we have SHX, we have a few others that we can buy there, but those are the two main ones right now. So pay attention to that exchange as well. They have leverage trading that you can do. You can buy XRP there worldwide. Their spot fees are phenomenal. Leverage trading, it'll cost you a little bit more than BITUNIX, but there's a lot more ecosystems and a lot higher leverage you can take. A lot of times where it only lets you take 75x on BITUNIX, which I never go that high. It'll let you go 150x on HOTCOIN. So just do it within a reasonable way. If you want to show me personal support, you can send a YouTube Super Chat or Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Or the most appropriate way, I think, is join all these fellow ladies and gentlemen below you, as it only shows so many of them. As you can see all these names going across. All the ones that it says thank you channel members are all members of Tom's Army. And then there's more if we could go across, but we can't. So join our fellow army and join the club. I mean, it's such a great way to pay it forward. And when you feel like I've helped you out, I'm trying to front run this. Yesterday I showed you my analysis, it was over 20 minutes. Today I'm going to release this right now. But yesterday I said XRP coming. We cannot avoid this. And yesterday it was almost it was over 51 and some odd cents. And I said institutional players driving XRP demand higher in Q3. So we had good demand, but we can't avoid the drop. So I'm not going to mince words. So I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you appreciated this update, if you appreciate my style or just the knowledge I share, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join the over 27,600 subscribers as we continue to push towards 30,000. And share this on social media. But most importantly, do not forget to hit that like button. If you made it at the end, make sure you type in hashtag #BeBetterDoBetter in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. And remember, help one person each and every day. Because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, there's simply no point of going through this alone. We can help so many people in this great, great time. And hashtag FUD Assassins. We must keep the FUD to a minimum.